Beginning the countdown list at number 10 is LMFAO, still one of the coolest music group names ever, which is why it's such a shame that their career didn't last. Their song Party Rock Anthem took over the world back in 2011 because it basically forced everyone to get up and dance no matter how shy they were. It was such a hit song that it became one of only 20 songs to reach the Recording Industry Association of America Diamond status. They earned their second #1 hit later in 2012 when they released their song Sexy and I Know It. Another banger. The party boys who made the group Red Foo and Sky Blue are actually related. Red Foo is Sky Blue's uncle, which was actually part of their demise in the end. The party ended for them in 2016 when they split up after a nasty feud between them, which Sky Blue aired out all over Facebook. He accused his uncle of abandoning him after a back injury which left him unable to perform during their huge stadium tour. He basically said that he continued performing as LMFAO without him. After the split, Red Foo released a solo album called Party Rock Mansion in 2016, but only sold 144 copies in its first week. Sky also produced 2 albums, but neither of them got the party started again, if you know what I'm saying. Next up at number 9 is Tila Tequila. She rose to fame when she was recognized early on as a social media celebrity, what people now call an influencer. She was the most popular person on MySpace during the time, and her career took off from there. But in the past decade, she's become one of the most unpopular people in Hollywood. Back in 2007, MTV thought it'd be smart to capitalize on her large online fan base, so they gave her own dating show called A Shot at Love with Tila Tequila. I actually watched it, not gonna lie. From there, she started getting some minor roles in movies like a Hooters girl in I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry. However, all of this went to waste after she posted this bizarre writing on her website called Why I Sympathize with Hitler. In it, she wrote, I quote, "I learned the truth about the war and what Hitler truly did. He was not a bad person as they have made him out to be." On top of that, she posted pictures of herself posing in front of Auschwitz dressed as a seductive looking Nazi. But she really ruined all chances at a return in 2016 when she attacked the Jewish conservative political commentator Ben Shapiro, saying that he should be gassed and sent back to Israel. Her words, not mine. Cruising into number 8 is Stephen Collins. You'd probably know him better as the dad from the hit TV series Seventh Heaven. Not only was he a dad on the show, but he also played a moralistic pastor, which is why fans were stunned when he did one of the least moral acts that someone could do. Back in 2014, footage leaked to TMZ of Stephen talking during one of his personal therapy sessions. In the footage, he admits to his therapist that he had molested underage girls in his past. Turns out, his wife at the time, Faye Grant, was secretly recording their therapy sessions from 2012. Once that was out, the NYPD and the Manhattan Special Victims Squad launched an investigation on him. He ended up doing a huge confession interview with People magazine where he admitted to molesting underage girls on 3 different occasions. According to him, the incidents occurred between the years 1973 to 1994, and he insisted that he hasn't had any urges ever since. For obvious reasons, he has not worked since the footage was leaked, and he was fired from TED 2 shortly after. And at number 7 is Amanda Bynes. She was once the it girl of Hollywood. She started her career at the young age of 10 and quickly rose to fame, making herself an A-list celebrity. But in 2010, she randomly announced her retirement on Twitter, and fans were both shocked and confused. By 2012, things in her life got pretty serious, and quickly too. She was first arrested for an alleged DUI in April, and after that she lost control of her finances and her mom was granted temporary conservatorship. CBC News covered the announcement, and the reasoning was determined for displaying increasingly erratic and bizarre behavior. Later in 2014, she was hospitalized under psychiatric hold. Fans were quick to judge, but Amanda has been open since then about her struggles with mental health and her addiction to drugs. During her interview with Paper in 2018, she said, "I don't know if it was a drug-induced psychosis or what, but it affected my brain in a different way than it affects other people." We were all hoping that she would make a comeback, but she relapsed in October 2019 and began living in a sober home. So yes, she did destroy her career with drug use, but mental health to me is not a joke, so this is not to discredit that. Coming in number 6 is CeeLo Green. His career took off as a musician, becoming a mainstream artist and also landing the role as a judge on The Voice. From there, he also started to dabble in some acting, appearing on SNL, Anger Management, Hotel Transylvania, and Parenthood. But one other thing he's known for is saying things that get him in trouble. He has no issue saying how he feels, and it's landed him in trouble on many occasions. But things took a serious turn in October 2012 when he was accused of sexual battery. A woman claimed he had raped her while partying partying one night. Almost 2 years after the allegations, he received probation and community service after pleading no contest to a lesser charge of giving his victim ecstasy. 2 days after the case was closed on August 31st in 2014, he went on Twitter to talk about it, and rather than an apology or a thanks for the support from fans, he wrote, "If someone is passed out, they're not even with you consciously, so with implies consent. People who have really been raped remember." And yeah, that's basically what ended his reputation. TBS cancelled the show, called The Good Life, and he also lost his headlining gig at the Gretna Heritage Festival in New Orleans. He is still pursuing music career, but we would be lying if we said he does not have the career he used to or the respect. Cause dude, what the f? Happy to list at number 5 is Paula Deen. It's easy to recognize her seeing as her face was all over the Food Network for years. She was once everyone's favorite cooking show, Southern Lady, and it led her to getting gigs on shows like Top Chef, Extreme Makeover Home Edition, and MasterChef. But all of that changed when a lawsuit was filed against her in 2012. Lisa Jackson, one of her former general managers of one of her restaurants, filed a lawsuit against a celebrity chef accusing her of racial discrimination. She claimed that Paula would use the N-word around workers and wanted to stage a Southern-themed wedding with black men playing slaves. In a testimony during the trial, the manager's lawyer asked her if she had ever used the N-word before, and she said yes, of course. As for the wedding thing, she claimed that she got the idea from another restaurant and called it beautiful and impressive. Once her statements were verified in district court, the Food Network quickly reacted and refused to renew her contract. She did post some apology videos, but it just wasn't enough to save her. Then in 2015, she tweeted a picture of her son in blackface, which is now deleted by the way, and people went pretty crazy about it. So either she just doesn't get it, or like she just doesn't care. Nightmare number 4 spot is Lindsay Lohan. Homegirl had a downward spiral, and to be quite honest, it kinda broke my heart. Being in the spotlight is nothing new for her since she's been working ever since she was just a kid. She first made a name for herself when she took on the lead role in the 1988 remake of The Parent Trap. And from there she became a teen sensation and had a wildly successful career as more time went on. But then her movie streak came to an end when she was arrested in 2007 for a DUI when she got into a car accident and had to go to the hospital. But she was also hit with charges of possession of cocaine and a misdemeanor hit and run following the accident. And yes, your girl went to jail. She was sentenced to 120 days in county jail and 480 hours of community service. Ever since then, her career has not been the same. She moved to Dubai to escape the paparazzi because it's illegal there, and she opened her own beach club in Mykonos. MTV actually did a show with her called Lindsay Lohan's Beach Club, where she went through the process of finding employees, but the show didn't get a second season and it had a lot of mixed reviews. More negative than positive. Although I watched it, and I liked it, because I like her. But yeah, homegirl's a little bit of a mess. In the 3rd place on our list is Mark Salling. The actor became a big deal when he played Noah Puckerman in the hit TV series Glee. But things went sour back in December 2015 when he was arrested in LA on charges that he had possessed and distributed child pornography. An official statement from investigators was released, and it said that they found a laptop, a USB drive, and a hard drive filled with thousands of pictures and videos of child pornography. The ages of the children were believed to range from 5 years old to 12 years old. Immediately following the news, the mini-series he was signed up for, called Adi Shankar's Gods and Secrets, dropped him from the project. They also released a statement saying, "The innocence of our planet's children is something that must be protected at all costs." He didn't act in anything after that, and the world was shocked when they found out that he died in 2018 because it caused a lot of controversy because people felt that it was hard to be sympathetic towards him after what he had done. However, it is hard not to have compassion for his surrounding family and friends, but his victims will be getting restitution. Taking over our number 2 spot is Farrah Abraham. Her time on Teen Mom OG set her up with a lifetime of fame for her and her daughter Sophia ever since she made her debut on MTV's show 16 and Pregnant. But then she decided she wanted to be an adult film star and entertainer, if you know what I mean. And she was kicked off the show. But she didn't go gracefully. She dropped a $5 million lawsuit on MTV and its parent company called Viacom. She claimed that she was, I quote, "sex shamed for my porn career." The lawsuit ended up getting settled in 2018, but then her finances seemed to be in rough shape. Not only was she starring in sex films, but she also started a line of her own toys. Not children toys, sex toys. But apparently it wasn't enough income to balance her lifestyle because TMZ released an article in 2019 saying that she broke a couple of her leases and owes more than $100,000 in rent. She was also hit with a $12,000 lawsuit for backing out of the celebrity boxing match that she spent months promoting and preparing for. Apparently, the reasoning was she wasn't happy that they wouldn't provide free accommodations for her family. At one point in 2019, she was living in her parents' home, which we saw briefly in an episode when she was still on the show. Finally, in the number 1 spot is Paul Reubens, aka Pee Wee Herman. The actor was huge for his character during the 80s, which ended up becoming a household name. His career was a huge success. He took on 2 feature films and also an Emmy-winning children's TV series. But his reputation and his career changed drastically in 1991. During a visit with his parents in Florida, he was arrested for indecent exposure at an adult movie theater because he was spotted masturbating during a movie. He was 38 years old at the time and pleaded no contest and agreed to take part in a new anti-drug campaign to avoid a trial on the misdemeanor charge. After the whole scandal, Pee-wee toys were pulled from the shelves across the nations and he hid from the public eye, pretty much disappearing for the remainder of the 90s. He did attempt a comeback, but more charges of sexual nature were brought against him, but this time around it was related to child pornography. Police officers seized thousands of items from a collection of vintage gay erotica, and he also faced claims of owning sexual images of children. The worst part about this whole thing is that he was the face of a children's franchise, so I feel like that makes it like even more disturbing. Starting us off at number 10 is Robert Pattinson. Most of his fans will tie him to his role in the Twilight series, and any roles outside of it, he always received mixed reviews. So when they found out that he'd be playing Batman in the new Hero movie, fans started to complain. Even before he was officially given the role, fans made it clear that they did not like the choice. Petitions were actually spreading online, like legitimately, tagging Warner Brothers in an attempt to have someone else take on the role. So it is safe to say that when this movie comes out, his career might not be the same ever again. I feel like it's only fair that we give him a chance. He might surprise us. You have until 2021 to mentally prepare yourself for it though. Next up at number 9 is Molly Fitzgerald. The actress who took on the role of Stark Girl in Captain America: The First Avenger might have just lost everything after articles surfaced that she was arrested with murder charges. The 38-year-old was arrested and charged with second-degree murder for stabbing her own mother to death. Her mother was 68 years old and was found dead in her home. Molly was jailed on a $500,000 bond, and her next court date is scheduled for January 9th, which as of right now is only a few days away. We don't know any details yet on the case, and it hasn't been confirmed that she actually committed the murder. The story just broke, so we're gonna have to see how this trial will play out in 2020. But by the looks of it, her career will probably be over no matter what the result is. I mean, murder charges are no joke. Especially murder charges against her own mother. That's crazy. In our number 8 spot is Jaden Smith. Now, I've just been reading a ton of articles and comments online about Jaden apparently losing his mind and ruining his career, and after some research, it does appear that he is struggling. His big acting debut in After Earth was a total bust, and many people claim that the flop was enough to end his career back then. But he has continued his way through Hollywood, but more recently, it just seems like he's kind of in his own world. His Netflix show The Get Down was also a flop and got pulled after just 11 episodes. He turned his focus to music, but when his first album came out in 2017, critics called it scatterbrained. Overall, his behavior is erratic these days. He's always making headlines for something, and it's never a good thing. I just have a feeling that this decade might be his breaking point. Sliding into number 7 is Trisha Paytas. Many people thought her career was over in 2019 because she was in so many scandals, but somehow she is still kicking around. I think this next decade will be her make it or break it. I feel like if she's gonna make it, she has to turn a lot of things around. She's one of the biggest names on YouTube, but has been in more public feuds than any other influencer. Not to mention, she offended a lot of people when she posted a video claiming to be transgender. It was more so how she said it. She basically said that she identifies with men better and identifies herself as a gay man because she likes guys. People were upset, needless to say, but then, more recently, she posted videos of her making out with Jaclyn Hill's ex-husband, and seeing as he isn't gay and she identifies as a man, people were even more pissed off and confused, so she's just not going into this new decade with a good reputation. Moving on to number 6 is Chris Evans. He broke the hearts of many fans in November 2019 when he admitted that he often considers quitting his acting career and is looking for a way out. When speaking on Variety's Actor on Actor series, he admitted that he is conflicted over how to approach the rest of his career. He said, "Every couple of months I decide I'm done acting. I'm always looking for a way out, but I do love it." I kind of feel like that's contradicting a little bit, but but okay. He left the MCU officially in 2019, and that was enough heartbreaking news for fans to handle, but by the way he's talking, I personally think this upcoming decade will be where he officially makes the call to end his career. And if not, he might just pass up on so many movies that his career could kind of just like fade out naturally, but here's hoping that he stays. Halfway through our list at number 5 is James Charles. The beauty YouTuber almost lost his career in 2019 after he was exposed and accused of things by a fellow YouTuber, Tati Westbrook. The 19-year-old lost more than 2.5 million subscribers after Tati posted a 43-minute video where she accused him of preying on straight men by using his power and fame to convince them to have sex with him. More than 530,000 people hit the unsubscribe button on his page on the day that her video was posted, and celebrities like Kylie Jenner, Miley Cyrus, and Katy Perry all unfollowed him. But some fans did stick by him. That was until a recent hashtag started trending called #JamesCharlesIsOverParty. He posted videos on his Instagram stories of him on New Year's Eve, and it looked like he said the N-word while singing along to My Tape. He claims that he didn't, but the hashtag right now is thriving, and his new decade is not off to a good start. Sniping our number 4 spot is Angelina Jolie. You're probably wondering how a successful actress like her could possibly destroy her career, but everyone knows that a bad movie role can have a huge effect on an actor's career. It was announced at Comic-Con in 2019 that she'd be joining the MCU in 2020, starring in the movie The Eternals as Athena. Comic book fans were not thrilled about the news and openly admitted that they do not want her in the film or in the MCU. At all. In the Eternals comic book, 3 of the characters that are female in the movie were actually males in the book, so they already aren't happy about the change. Plus they said if anything she should be playing Cersei, who looks identical to her. Marvel fans can be pretty intense, they take their movies seriously, so this one role might be what ruins things for her. Or it could do the opposite, you never know. In the number 3 spot is Kanye West. He has a pretty solid career, let's be honest, but one thing that could potentially ruin it is if he actually runs for president like he said he's going to. And don't think for a second he wouldn't get votes. I mean, I remember when everyone thought Donald Trump running for president was all one big laugh. And now look. Kanye said he is serious about his run for presidency, but said it will not happen until 2024. During a radio interview, he said, "If I decide to do it, it will be done. I'm not going to try." He then went on to say what he would focus on when he becomes president, already assuming that the job is his. I'm personally having a hard time taking it seriously, but Donald Trump became president, so I am not counting anyone out, but I guess we'll see in 2024. Taking over our number 2 spot is John Boyega. Star Wars fans are currently pissed off with the actor who starred in The Rise of Skywalker. It's not the first time we've seen Star Wars fans mad at something, but people were bothered by a sexual comment he made on social media about his co-star's character, Rey. Speaking about his character's relationship with the character Rey, he said, "It's not about who she kisses, it's about who eventually lays the pipe." People called him crude, insensitive, and sexist. But rather than apologizing, he responded to his fans with rude comments, even calling one of them an idiot. He seems completely unbothered by the hate, but pissing off one of the world's biggest movie franchises is not a benefit to your career. So let's see how this plays out. Finally, we are at number 1 with Robert Downey Jr. Many of us were wondering what was going to happen to the actor once he left behind his role as Iron Man in the MCU. Turns out, he is kicking off his post-Marvel life by starring in the movie Dolittle. That is right, he is taking on the role of Dr. Dolittle. The actor is excited to see where his acting career will go from here, but fans were not pleased after the movie trailer dropped. Not gonna lie, yes, it's kinda weird seeing him as Dolittle, kinda hard taking him seriously with the weird accent that he's doing. Now, this could create a new fan base for him, like a younger audience, but fans online are saying that it will be the end of his career and are already calling the movie crap, just based off the trailer. I say we cut him some slack and see how he does, but yeah, not looking too good after I watched that trailer. Starting us off at number 10 is Jeffree Star. Realistically, I don't think his career will ever truly be destroyed because he seems to be the lead in a lot of drama, but somehow he still is the most successful beauty guru on YouTube. But recently, some of his tweets from over 10 years ago have surfaced and show that he knew about Davi Vanity having sexual relations with minors. In his tweets dating back to 2010, he calls out Davi for all the inappropriate and illegal things that he was doing with younger girls. Jeffree had gone on tour with Davi's band, Blood on the Dance Floor, and witnessed these allegations firsthand. But now, Jeffree is claiming he had no idea that anything was going on. During an interview with crime investigator Chris Hansen, he said that he never witnessed anything that could be used as evidence, but people are not believing his words and are furious that he isn't protecting the alleged victims, but is protecting his careers. Because he did straight up admit in those tweets that he was witnessing these things. It's a sticky situation, makes me uncomfortable. I don't like it. Coming into number 9 is Kourtney Kardashian. If you've seen the viral video of her recently, then you might already have an idea as to why she's on this list. While filming her family show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, she got into a fist fight with her sister Kim, which she initiated. Full out, initiated the whole thing for no reason. The fight was brutal, it actually was, and Kim was left with bleeding scratch marks all over her arms and back. Now, of course, it does take two people to get into a fight, but Kourtney initiated the entire thing, which started as a casual conversation. There are new articles surfacing recently claiming that Kourtney could even need a lawyer if Kim ever wants to press charges on her. Since then, Kourtney has confirmed that she is quitting the show officially and called it a toxic environment. It's kind of hard to picture what her career will be if she does leave the show, because she is mainly known for that. Her sisters kind of have a career outside of it. I know she has her own company called Posh, but I don't know. I feel like this one might affect her career. Cruising into number 8 is Eminem. It's not the first time that his lyrics have pissed people off, but some people think that his lyrics have gone too far this time. Back in January, people were angry after he brought up Ariana Grande and the tragic Manchester bombing that happened at one of her concerts. 22 people died as a result from the 2017 attack, and Ariana said she still has PTSD from that night. If you haven't listened to his song Unaccommodating, the lyrics say, "But I'm contemplating yelling bombs away on the game, like I'm outside of an Ariana Grande concert waiting." Eminem does not see these lyrics to be an issue, but people were quick to come after him, saying that it was sick of him to turn that tragedy into a joke or even lyrics. The worst part about this, though, is that after the lyrics in his song, he does a bombing explosion sound right after that lyric. Probably not necessary. Jesse Metcalfe. The actor had many fans rooting for him and his former girlfriend, Cara Santana, but they all quickly turned on him when he was caught cheating on her with not one, but 2 other women. He was actually engaged to Cara when photos leaked online showing him getting real cozy with other women. They officially announced their relationship ended on January 22nd and claimed that it had nothing to do with cheating, but that's kind of hard to believe. People started attacking him online for the photos, not understanding how he could do that to someone he's been with for more than 10 years. 10. So who were the other women? One of them was a model named Olivia Pillman, and the other one was an Australian actress, Albany Pietrantonio. I hope I said that right. Who he was officially seen kissing outside of a bar in LA. Sorry to throw shade at those ladies, but he's a taken man. Hey, they might not know. In all fairness. In spot number 6 is Meghan Markle. This one is still a huge debate. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle announced that they were leaving their royal duties behind to return to a more normal lifestyle, which immediately raised the question, will Meghan return to acting? She was starring on the hit TV series Suits before she left it all behind to marry the prince. But then, in more recent times, she and the prince have decided to walk away from the royal family and return to the regular life. But a lot of people are saying that Meghan won't be able to get her old position back in the acting world. So what do you guys think? Do you think she's missed her chance? Has her time passed? Will we accept her back in? I'm thinking yes, because she's Canadian and I'm nice and I will always accept people in, because that's what Canada does. We're halfway through and we have Perez Hilton. The social media guru and drama commentator is currently under some heat after the comments he made about the most popular creator in the world on TikTok, Charli D'Amelio. She just turned 16 years old, and she's actually the only and first TikToker to star in a Super Bowl commercial. She also has over 53 million followers on the app. Perez commented on one of her videos that she posted recently in March. She was on vacation in the Bahamas and she recorded one of her dancing videos that she's known for in a bikini. But she was dancing to a song by Brockhampton called Sugar, and in the lyrics it referenced something sexual, but she mouthed the words. He wrote on her picture and said, "Anyone else think it is inappropriate for a 15-year-old to dance to this?" People immediately started attacking him and said that he is shaming a young woman who is wearing a bikini at a beach and doing what she does on TikTok. If you don't have TikTok, this is what she is known for. He defended himself, saying that he is just questioning her parenting, which just made things worse. They were mad at him for then calling out her parents. They actually want him off the app and have now started a petition. Ooh, Charli could just get away with murder on that app. Sniping the 4th spot is Ellen DeGeneres. The thing about this one is she didn't really have some like dramatic, explosive thing for her to receive backlash. In the last couple of months, people have randomly just started coming forward, exposing all these stories, claiming that she's not a nice person. YouTuber Nikki Tutorials went on her show for an interview and then shared online that it wasn't a pleasant experience like she thought that it would be. And from there, more and more people have just been sharing these stories online. Even one of her former bodyguards have come forward saying that she's not the person that she portrays herself to be on TV and called her cold and demeaning. It's hard to say what the rest of 2020 has in store for her. She still does have a lot of support in her corner, but recently it is just one headline after another and people are just constantly throwing her in the fire. So I really don't know what this year is gonna bring. Taking over the 3rd spot is Khloe Kardashian. It is no secret that celebrities make brand deals and promote a product online even if they don't believe in it. But one of Khloe's promotions raised some serious concern. It all started in January when actress Jamila Jamil called out Khloe for promoting flat tummy detox shakes. Khloe posted a picture of her and the shake and captioned it with a discount code. Jamila publicly responded to her tweet and wrote, "Blah blah blah, eating disorder culture, blah blah." She then screenshotted the Twitter interaction, posted it on her Instagram, and talked about if Khloe is poor and that is why she feels the need to do ad deals like this one. The actress didn't stop there though. She posted up this long message and explained that she thinks it is wrong for celebrities to do deals like this one and promote an unhealthy product that isn't a healthy way to reach your actual fitness goals. Especially considering the fact that these celebrities have their own personal trainers, chef, money for cosmetic surgery, basically everything they need to do to look the way they want to. People agreed with Jamil and said that it is a huge reason why eating disorders are so prominent in young females. Let me tell you, I do not want this kind of reputation on my back. I don't want people thinking I'm out here promoting eating disorders. Dance number 2 is Usher. Probably not someone you expected to be on this list. He's not really the type of guy to get caught up in all of that Hollywood drama, but it will depend on whose side of the story you believe. Usher recently put out a new song called Climax and immediately got called out by The Weeknd, who claims his song was taken from his first mixtape, House of Balloons. The singer, real name Abel, said, "I heard Climax, that Usher song, and was like, holy F, that's a Weeknd song." He also said that he is flattered by it because that means that he is doing something right. People then started comparing the two songs and said that the new song does have a similar sound. Usher didn't say anything to these claims, but he posted a video of him singing the song instead, like a cappella. He went on his Instagram and sang the song, basically live and raw without any track playing. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of awkward. But I think he was just trying to show that like, the song doesn't actually sound like his track. But Diplo, who actually helped produce and co-write Climax, admitted that he was a fan of the Weeknd sound and wanted something similar for Usher's new sound. That is some tea. Winning first place is Cole Sprouse. The Riverdale actor has been dating Riverdale actress Lily Reinhart since 2017, but rumors have landed him in fire after claims were made saying that he cheated on her. People started saying that he was cheating on her with Kaya Gerber, an 18-year-old model. He, of course, claims the rumors are not true, and his response to them just made people even more angry. He posted this long rant on social media and said, I quote, "When I first stepped into a public relationship, this this was one of the foreseeable consequences. And while I never truly intend to indulge in any part of my private life to the ravenous horde, it's clear my restraint in updating them has allowed them to push their own agenda onto my habits and lifestyle. So in conclusion, please eat my delatable plump ass, making me post a goddamn white font Insta story like a twice divorced mother of 3. Bruh. I had to follow, I couldn't even look at the camera. I had to read that because that's some crazy stuff in there. Basically, if the cheating scandal wasn't enough to have people hate him, this response probably does. You literally could have just said you didn't do it.